The sky is a modern battlefield. Two of the most advanced fighter jets rule this domain. One is the American F-22 Raptor, the other is the Chinese J-20 Mighty Dragon. These are not ordinary planes. They are fifth-generation fighters. This means they are very hard to see on radar. They are also very fast. They are very smart. They represent the peak of air power for their respective nations. The United States and China have invested billions of dollars into these incredible flying machines, each one a symbol of national pride and military strength, designed to dominate the airspace wherever they fly. The F-22 Raptor was made by Lockheed Martin. It first flew in 1997. The U.S. Air Force started using it in 2005. It was the world's first fifth-generation fighter jet. It set the standard for all others to follow. For a long time, the F-22 had no equal in the world. It was a ghost in the sky, a predator that could strike without warning. The technology inside the Raptor was so advanced that its export was banned by U.S. law. This was to protect its secrets and maintain America's lead in air combat technology. On the other side of the world, China was watching. They knew they needed their own advanced fighter. The result was the Chengdu J-20 Mighty Dragon. It was made by the Chengdu Aircraft Industry Group. The J-20 first flew in 2011. The PLAF started using it in 2017. The J-20 was China's answer to the F-22. It was a major step forward for China's military technology. It showed the world China was catching up fast in air superiority and advanced hardware. These two aircraft are often compared. People always ask, who would win in a fight? The answer is not simple. The F-22 and the J-20 were built for different reasons. They have different strengths and different weaknesses. They are both amazing pieces of engineering. Understanding them takes more than a simple who is better question. We must look at their design, their engines, their weapons, and how they would be used in a real conflict. Only then can we see the full picture of these two titans of the modern sky. The F-22 Raptor was designed with one main job in mind. That job is air superiority. Its purpose is to clear the sky of enemy aircraft. It is a pure air-to-air fighter. Think of it as a duelist, an aerial swordsman seeking out the best enemy fighters. Its design reflects this single-minded mission. It is incredibly agile, turning and climbing faster than almost any other plane. The U.S. Air Force wanted a plane that could fly into enemy airspace, shoot down their fighters, and ensure American and Allied forces could operate without fear from above. The shape of the F-22 shows its purpose. It has large, powerful wings, big tail surfaces. These give it amazing control at high speeds and high altitudes. This is called maneuverability. The Raptor can change direction in the blink of an eye. This helps it dodge enemy missiles and get into the perfect position to fire its own. The entire airframe, nose, mid-fuselage engine nozzles, is carefully shaped to be aerodynamically efficient and to be hard for radar to detect, a lethal hunter in the sky. The J-20 Mighty Dragon has a different primary role. While it can fight other planes, its main design points to long-range strike. Its job is to fly deep into enemy territory and attack important targets. Command centers, air bases, aircraft carriers far out at sea. To do this, it needs to fly very far without refueling. Range and payload are key differences from the F-22's mission. The J-20 is less a duelist, more a long-range sniper. Its design reflects long-range strike. It has a very long and slender body. This provides a lot of internal space for fuel and weapons. It also has small forward wings, canards. Canards and main wings give it agility for its size. But the shape is optimized for high-speed, long-distance flight. The J-20 is built to penetrate sophisticated air defenses, deliver its weapons, and return home safely. Its design is a compromise between stealth speed. Stealth is the most important feature of a fifth-generation fighter. Stealth means being very hard to detect by radar. The F-22 Raptor is considered the master of stealth. It was designed from the ground up for all aspect stealth. Hard to see from the front, the back, and the sides. Every line, every seam, every surface is angled to scatter radar away. Even the paint helps soak up radar energy. The result is a very small radar cross-section, or RCS. RCS measures visibility to radar. From the front, it's said to be as small as a marble. An incredible achievement. An enemy radar might not see the F-22 until it's too late. It can fly close, launch, and turn away before the enemy knows. All aspect stealth gives a massive advantage. A true ghost in the machine. The J-20 also uses stealth, but differently. Most agree it has excellent frontal stealth. Its forward section is carefully shaped to deflect radar, crucial for penetrating air defenses. China invested heavily in frontal signature reduction. However, its stealth may not be as complete as the F-22's. Earlier models had round, less hidden nozzles, creating larger radar and infrared signatures from side and rear. This suggests prioritizing frontal stealth for strike, invisible on the way in, more detectable flying away, a role-driven trade-off. An engine is the heart of a fighter jet. The F-22 has two of the most powerful fighter engines ever built. They are Pratt & Whitney F119s. These engines give the Raptor incredible performance. They allow it to supercruise. Supercruise means flying faster than sound without an afterburner. An afterburner injects raw fuel into the exhaust to create massive thrust, but it burns fuel very fast. Supercruise saves fuel and lets the F-22 stay supersonic for long stretches. The F-22's engines have two-dimensional thrust vectoring. Rectangular nozzles move up and down, letting thrust point off-axis for unbelievable agility. Tight turns and maneuvers impossible for most aircraft. Supercruise plus thrust vectoring makes the F-22 a king in a dogfight. It can control its speed and its position with unmatched precision, a decisive edge in close-range combat. The J-20's engine situation has been more complicated. Early J-20s used Russian-made engines, powerful, but a stopgap not designed for the airframe. They lacked F-22 level thrust and limited supercruise effectiveness. That was a major disadvantage. China knew it needed domestic advanced engines. Developing high-performance jet engines is one of aerospace's hardest challenges. It took decades to close that gap. More recently, China has made strong progress. Newer J-20s are being fitted with WS-15 engines. These engines are much more powerful, designed to enable J-20 supercruise like the F-22. Some versions may add thrust vectoring too. That would significantly boost J-20 agility. While the F-22 had this for 2 decades, the J-20 is rapidly closing the gap. With new engines, the mighty Dragon will be faster and more maneuverable, a far more formidable opponent in the air. A modern fighter is a flying computer. Its sensors are its eyes and ears. The F-22 has some of the most advanced sensors ever put on a plane. Its main sensor is the AN/APG-77 radar, an AESA, active electronically scanned array. AESA radars are powerful, tracking many targets at long distances. They're also hard to detect and jam, hopping frequencies thousands of times per second. But the F-22 is more than a radar. It uses sensor fusion. It carries many sensors, not just radar, for electronic signals and infrared heat signatures. Computers take all that data and fuse it together, showing one clear display for faster, better decisions. The J-20 also carries a modern, sophisticated sensor suite. A large AESA, believed to be the type 1475, is considered very capable. Like the F-22, it can find stealthy targets at long range. It adds EOTs and a 360-degree DAS for all-around awareness. To remain stealthy, weapons are carried internally. These are called internal weapons bays. The F-22 has 3 internal bays. 1 large main bay on the bottom and 2 smaller side bays. Internal carriage keeps the shape smooth and reduces radar signature. When it's time to fire, doors open for just a second, the missile launches, and the doors close again. The main bay typically carries 6 AIM-120 AMRAAMs. Medium range, radar-guided, fire and forget. Launch and turn away while it guides itself. Side bays carry 1 AM-9 Sidewinder each. Short range, heat-seeking for dogfights. A 20mm Vulcan cannon hides behind a door for very close range, but long-range missiles are its main strength. The J-20 also carries weapons internally to maintain stealth. One large main bay similar to the F-22 and 2 smaller side bays. Its main bay may be even larger, supporting long-range strike with larger air-to-ground options. For air-to-air, 4 to 6 long-range missiles. Side bays extend a rail before the door fully opens for faster launch. The primary long-range missile is the PL-15, with its own ASA radar seeker. Public estimates suggest very long range, possibly longer than AMRAAM. Potential first-shot advantage beyond visual range. For short range, it carries the PL-10, a highly maneuverable heat seeker, comparable to Sidewinder. Together, PL-15 and PL-10 form a deadly modern arsenal. Building a 5th-generation fighter is incredibly expensive. The F-22 is among the most expensive fighters ever made. Each cost roughly $150 million to build in the 2000s. Development costs were many times more. Costs helped end production. The US decided it was too expensive after the Cold War. The USAF has a small fleet of F-22s. Plans once aimed for over 700. Production was cut short in 2009. Only 187 production aircraft were built. They are precious assets requiring heavy maintenance. Stealth coatings need careful, time-consuming work. Flight hours demand many maintenance hours. The J-20's exact unit cost isn't public. China doesn't release figures. Estimates range from 50 to over 100 million per jet. Even high estimates are below the Raptor's cost. Lower labor costs and a different system help China. Lower cost is a strategic advantage over time. China can build more J-20s. F-22 production is closed and won't reopen, while J-20 production runs at speed. New J-20s are built every year. Total J-20s already exceed total F-22s, and the number is growing. In conflict, numbers matter a lot. More aircraft means presence across more places, and the ability to absorb losses. That numerical advantage is a serious factor. The F-22 remains elite, but few. The J-20 force keeps growing. History also matters. The F-22 has been in service for nearly 2 decades. It deployed to conflict zones, notably the Middle East. It flew missions over Syria as part of the fight against ISIS. Its role: gather intelligence and manage the battle space. An eye in the sky, protecting less advanced aircraft. Powerful radar and passive sensors, a force multiplier. Yet it has never fired on an enemy aircraft. Never a true air-to-air dogfight. In 2023, an F-22 shot down a high-altitude Chinese surveillance balloon. A show of altitude capability, but not the air-to-air test it was built for. On paper, the Raptor remains undefeated, but untested in its primary role. The J-20 has a shorter service history. It entered service in 2017. Operational history is limited. It hasn't deployed to active combat zones. Most flights are training and patrols. Patrols occur in the East China Sea and the South China Sea. These missions project power and build experience. In March 2022, F-35s had a close meeting with J-20s over the East China Sea. A U.S. general called it professional and praised the J-20's command and control. It was not combat, just a tense meeting. To date, the F-22 and J-20 have never met in the sky. Their battle remains theoretical, debated by analysts and enthusiasts. When comparing them, there is no simple winner. Each has strengths and limitations based on design. The F-22 is the ultimate air superiority fighter with superior all-aspect stealth. Unmatched agility from thrust vectoring engines. One-on-one, most experts give the F-22 the edge. A purebred hunter, close or long range. Refined over 2 decades of service. The J-20 is a different kind of beast. Long range, large payload, advanced sensors, and new engines closing the gap. Its PL-15 may outrange the F-22's weapons. Biggest advantage: numbers. China is building J-20s in quantity. The F-22 fleet is small and aging. In a large conflict, mass can overwhelm a small elite force. The J-20 is a strategic weapon for attrition and long-distance strikes. Ultimately, who wins depends on many other factors. Pilot skill and training matter hugely. A great pilot in a good plane can beat a good pilot in a great plane. The support network is critical. AWACS, command and control, refueling tankers, satellite intelligence, and multi-platform coordination. Air combat is a team sport. Who would win? It depends on the scenario. Head-to-head, far from support, F-22 stealth and agility might win. In a large-scale Pacific fight, J-20 range matters. J-20 missiles matter. Numbers matter. China's sensors matter. Anti-access systems matter. Both jets are incredible. Pilots will decide the outcome. Strategy, support, and numbers on the day. F-22 versus J-20, two titans redefining modern air power. Who wins? It depends on where, when, and who is flying. Fly safe, stay informed. Thanks for watching.